What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. Today I wasn't gonna make a video, but I got some inspiration, and I'm probably not posting it the day I'm making this, but I got some inspiration listening to some shit. I was listening to a video of David Goggins, and he was talking about all the shit that happens to him, the challenges he goes through, and he still pushes through because that's where he gains the advantage, right? So he was talking about all his weak points. And the topic that I wanted to go on today was about my weak points, right? He used it in a slightly different way, but this is what came to mind for me. I was just thinking about how, with all of my struggles, all the shit that I have failed at, or the stuff that I struggle with most, which has been communication skills. When I first started as a personal trainer, I had like really big social anxiety. I couldn't speak, right? I used to go into a drive-through, and this is my favorite personal story because this is kind of a reference point for me for how far I've come. I used to go in a drive-through with some friends, right? Pull up to McDonald's, and I would be the driver. I'd look over to my friend and ask him to order the food for me. Even though I was the one closest to the talking thing, I just get my friend to order for me because I was that afraid in social interactions, right? But fast forward years later, first of all, the big thing that made a change for me was actually confronting that shit. And the reason that I want to talk about this today and the reason that it's on my mind is because I was just thinking sales skills has been like one of the worst areas of my life. And guess what? I'm in a sales job basically. When it comes to personal training, like more than 50% of it is going to come from communicating with people the value you can bring to their lives, right? And I could be as good a coach as ever, right? I do good coach work. I get my clients results. But like even if I was the best, most amazing coach of all time, that doesn't mean that I necessarily have the communication skills or the sales skills to communicate how I'm going to get people results or why they should like sign up for my service to change their lives, right? Now, that's improved over time, but I'm still by no means an amazing salesman, right? That's not what I do. What I found for me that works is just like speaking from the heart basically and not playing any bullshit games or anything and just numbers game, right? But the reason that I'm sharing all this with you guys, the point that I'm trying to make here is I don't have the communication skills, but because of that, because I'm not as far along as someone who might just enter the personal training game, might be a terrible coach, and he might have amazing sales skills. So he signs up a bunch of clients, right, and makes like a ton of money. The reason or the thing for me that I am so grateful for is that even though I don't have those skills, those sales skills to make like thousands and thousands of dollars a month, it's brought me to the point where I am today, which is a point of constant personal development, a point of valuing growth on a level that I don't see in a lot of people. And that's the thing that I want to get across to you guys with the way that my life has been. I've got these weak points which almost certainly don't mesh with what you would think as a successful business owner or what would mesh with a person like me who will get on a video and speak like this to you guys, who will get on a live stream and speak to like a whole bunch of people, right? Public speaking kind of shit. Where nowadays too, I could definitely get up on a stage and public speak and I wouldn't think twice about it. But if you looked at the start of my life and you looked at my life even from like high school or even maybe let's say 4 years ago, right? You would never think that I would be the person who gets to the point where I am now, able to speak to people, able to just talk on camera, wing it, and then post this video later. So the point is, my weaknesses, right? The area where I sucked at is getting better because it's allowed me to have different strengths, which are basically going to be like being able to push through times when I suck, being able to push through difficult times, and being able to just stay consistent as fuck. Like, you can see the ups and downs of my life. If you were to examine my entire life, you'll see times where it looks like I'm not consistent. But guess what? I've been working on this shit for years and I'm still here. I had times where I just wanted to quit on everything in life, right? I was like, yo, I don't want to do this. Why do I have ambitions? I don't care about all this shit. I just want to be okay, right? But I'm still here pushing through, and I'm taking on shit that's way harder than I took on, let's say, a couple years ago, and I feel better than I've ever felt, right? And this is stuff that if I had amazing sales skills, I wouldn't have the character that I have today. And to you guys, that might not mean a lot, but I'm telling you, where I was to where I am now is a huge fucking difference. And again, I am so grateful to be where I am, to be doing the things that I'm doing, because for me, it was never about like the outcome itself, right? What was important to me was to develop a character that I could be proud of, that I could be happy about, that I could look at and be like, you know what? I made a decision that I can stand by and not be embarrassed to talk about. There's a lot of times in my life where I've made decisions based off of fear and anxiety and triggers. And when you make those decisions, and I know for a fact that a lot of you guys are those people, because honestly, I think everyone does that shit, right? Everyone has triggers and everyone acts in ways that they don't want to act, right? But to be okay with acting that way and then to say, you know what, I fucked up and I can still change it and I can make a better decision, or not reacting all the time and being able to take action in spite of how you feel, right? These are different things that I valued, the things that I wanted to make sure that I could still uphold my character through hard times, through being tired, and different situations. So the reason I'm telling you guys all this is because this is super fucking important to remember and to actually develop yourself. And when you feel like you have a weak point, use that, right? If you can notice it earlier than I did, and I'm just really thinking about it now, if you can notice that sooner than I did, then you can find peace a lot quicker. You can find equanimity and actually move through life without having a ton of anxiety, or at least being able to manage it and being like, you know what, all right, this is how I feel, this is a challenge, I can take this on and I can become a better person on the other side of it. So if you can point that out, which is why I'm bringing this up, so that you guys don't have to wait years to realize that your weaknesses are your strengths, then I'm happy with that shit. Okay, so I wouldn't even be able to be here to give you guys this message if I didn't have shitty communication skills. If I succeeded the first time that I became a personal trainer. On my last video, I talked to you guys about how when I first became a trainer, I burnt out and I was only a trainer for a month, basically, while I was trying to get clients, but I sucked at speaking to people. I sucked at sales, right? If I succeeded in all that shit and people just kept signing up for training with me and I started making a ton of money, I could have very easily have settled to just be a personal trainer at Gold's Gym. Because in my eyes at the time, that was the dream, right? I wanted to become an amazing in-person trainer and then eventually open up a gym. Now my ambitions have grown to something way more, way bigger than what my original ambitions were. And I've developed myself in ways I never imagined. And I'm in a position now where I'm happy with my life, right? Not satisfied, never satisfied, but I'm happy. And every day I feel happiness, right? Regardless of anything. I can't remember the last time where I just had a full day of complete, like, I feel like shit, nothing's going well, and I'm never going to be happy. I haven't had that in a very long time. When back then, that was just a daily thing, right? That was how I felt every single day. I'm just grateful that I developed a mindset of being able to push through and still like accept challenges. Like I talked about in the last video, taking challenges as a blessing rather than something to make me feel terrible about myself. All right, so that's what I wanted to talk about. Appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure that if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be speaking a lot of facts about my life and lessons that I've learned and how I got from A to B basically, from where I started to where I am now. And I'm telling you guys, this shit's gonna help you because these are lessons that I wish I learned when I first started out years ago. Okay. So whether you have fitness goals, nutrition goals, training goals, right? Physical goals of any kind, mindset goals, this is the channel to follow. So make sure you drop to the like because I know this shit's going to be valuable to you guys. And make sure that you subscribe and leave a comment. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.